UEI Global Rohini, and today, we are here gathered for an online session on cover setup. Now, the first question is, what is cover? Right? Cover is a space allotted to a guest inside the restaurant on a table for dining. Right? That is cover. It's in general, we can say in hospitality terminology, we are saying cover as in space for the guest. Cover means one guest. But a guest, when he's coming for dining, we need to make sure that the cover is well led for the guest to dine. And that is very important task for an F&B service professionals to lay the restaurant, right? And today we are going to learn about the TDH setup, which is a 4-course menu. It is a 4-course menu which we are going to do it today. When I am talking about the table, right, because we have to do the setup onto the table, what is the size of a table? Can you tell me? Round to top?
So 2 feet and 6 inches.
2 feet and 6 inches. That is the height of the table. And what is the table sizes for 4 cover? If I am taking this table and as an example, what is the size of this tabletop?
So 3 by 3
3 by 3 feet. Okay, good. So that is the standard size of the table for the 4 cover, 4 guests to sit and dine on the table, right? So we are going to do, I have said that we are going to do an TDH menu. What does TDH means? Double the host menu. Okay. So double the host means it's a fixed menu, right? Guests have to pay whatever they have placed an order for, right? Their cutleries are well led in advance because we know that what we are serving to the guest. And the cutlery and the food will take a bit of time to serve. Though it's already inside the kitchen, chef will portion the food onto the plates and serve to the guest immediately after that. So that is the TDH menu altogether, right? So I'm starting the cover setup with all of you. Guys, with me, I'm having my first year students, right, who are going to be a part of this practical. And they are learning this session along with you guys, right? So, we start the setup, right? So for this, if I'm talking about the modern setup in today's, restaurants are having the very well, polished tables. They are shining like new and, So in the hotels, we do the setup. Most of the modern hotels do the setups directly onto the table. There is no cloths they are using. Today, what we are doing is we are using the cloth for the, to do the cover setup. So on the base of this table, there will be a multon, which is a thick cloth, which will stop the sound to coming out from this table. Next is this table, the white cloth. Then we are having the napkin. This is called napkin, which is giving the, the final look to the table. So that is what, is there onto our table right now. Before starting the table setup, what do you have to do? You have to make sure that the tables are well, clean. There should not be any wobbling onto the table. Sound should not be coming out from the table, right? Or even the chairs. You have to check the cleanliness of this chair even. It should be absolutely clean. This is clean, by the way, but it should be absolutely clean. You have to check, the seat, so that there should not be any food particles are being, left from the previous guest. So this is one of the very important thing which you as an F&B professional need to make sure that it should be done before you start the table setup. Next thing, you have to make sure that the fall of the cloths are even and you are arranging all the chairs from all the 4 sides of this table, right? So this is how you have to do. So this is all set. Now, behind me you can see there are, the misa pla which we have kept it here, right? Misa pla, whatever is required to do the setup is called misa pla for F&B service, right? F&B service misa pla is absolutely different from the kitchen misa pla. Kitchen misa pla is about the preparation of the vegetables, meat, and other things. But for F&B service, the misa pla is basically these, equipments which is required for the cover setup. When I am talking about the misa pla, what all we are having, I'll request sir to come in front and just to show off them that what all things are there. So today, as in center table appointments, there will be cruet set, there will be badwas with the flowers into it, and there will be toothpick holders. Then after, there will be B&B plates. I'm doing today an 4-course menu setup. So for that, I have kept the cutleries here, right? And for each cutlery, each course, there are 2 sets of cutlery is required. So which is there here. Next is water goblets and the wine goblets. For the dinner, we are doing a dinner setup menu, right? So why we are placing the glasses, wine goblets, I'll be discussing later on, and then there will be napkin placed onto the table. So in this sequence, the way I have kept it there, from from the right to left, it will be placed in the same sequence onto the table. Okay? So the cover setup, I'm starting with all of you together. Is this clear?
Yes, sir.
Can we start?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so let's go. The first thing goes onto the table is the center table appointment, right? So it will be there, as I have said, center table appointment, it will be there onto the center of the table. And then we will be placing the cruet set, and in front there will be the toothpick holders onto the cover. Clear it?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Next, we are going to place the B&B plates. This B&B plate for this cover, if I'm saying this cover, if I'm setting up this cover, then the B&B plate will be kept at the left-hand side of the desk, right?
Yes, sir.
So I'll be placing it like this. And it will be ½ inch above the edge of the table. So like this, we will be placing the B&B plate, right? Next comes the cutleries. Now cutlery, when I'm talking about, I have said that I'm going to do the setup for 4 courses. So in the first course, I'm serving soup to my guest. Second course, I'm serving and fish. Third course, I'm serving and relevé, which is a mutton, right? Roasted mutton preparation. So I'll require the cutlery for that. And in the fourth course, I'm serving and dessert to my guest, right? So I need that cutlery. Remember that you have 2 hands. So for the setup, you need 2 cutlery for 1 food, what you are serving.
Yes.
And the cover setup always comes from, outside to inside. We have to do the setup accordingly. Can you tell me what is the size of a cover? Means, okay, there is no authentic size of the cover, but in general, right? 4-course menu or 3-course menu if we are serving, because we have 17 courses to serve to the guest, right? So in general, what is the size of a normal cover?
22 inches.
It is 24 to 30 inches around, right? 22 to 24 inches or 30 inches, depends on the courses what you are serving to the guest, right? So now we are going to do the setup for TDH menu. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So I'm placing the cutlery. The first thing I'm placing is the, the B&B plate. On the top of B&B plate, there will be B&B knife. Why B&B knife? Because bread and butter will be served to the guest as an accompaniment. It is an accompaniment with the soup as well as with the main course as well. Right? Everyone?
Yes, sir.
So here we go. Next, I'm going to place, according to 17 classical menu, the next course comes in all the courses which we have chosen is the poisson, means fish. So we are going to place the fork onto the left hand side and knife onto the fish knife onto the right hand side. Right? Why fork onto the left and why knife onto the right? There is a basic reason behind it. Fork is acting as a supportive cutlery and knife is acting as a prime cutlery. So prime cutlery means the cutlery which we use most will be there onto our right hand side. Is that clear to everyone?
Yes,
sir. Okay. Next, for the next, I'm going to place the all-purpose knife and the all-purpose fork onto the cover. Alright? And the next, I'm going to place the fourth course cutlery, which is the dessert. And the same process I'll be doing it with all the covers. Right? So, I'm putting the dessert indication on top. Do you know why? It is we are having this space, we can place it here also. But the basic reason is that the dessert indications, dessert cutleries are what in nature? Dessert is sweet in nature. And all the cutlery what is placed here, the food what we are serving to guests is salty in nature. So if we place it here and the food falls down, there will be contamination onto the flavor and you will not enjoy the entire flavor. Right? That is why we put the cutlery on the top, dessert indication. And you can see there is a spoon on top and the fork on the bottom. Right? And their tails are towards the spoon side and the tails for the fork is towards the fork side. For the top and the bottom, the reason is that the prime cutlery will be there at top position and the supportive cutlery will be there at bottom position onto the desserts indication also. And their tails, their backside should be towards the their cutlery side. Why? Because when we remove all these cutlery for the service of the dessert, before the service we have to remove all these cutlery of the dessert. So the dessert indication will be dragged directly to its position and the guest can have their food comfortably. Is that clear to everyone?
Yes, sir.
Any question? Okay. So I am doing the next setup. Is the same way I have done it.
Yes,
This
sir.
cover, the second cover is done. It will take a bit of second to just to do a setup. Next. Another thing. You must have seen that I have kept all the knives facing towards the left hand side. Why? Understand this. If I am putting this knife, I'll ask sir to come closer just to show it how it is being done. If I'm putting it in this way, right, and if the guest is going to pick the knife, right, what will happen? It will not come directly to the cutting position. But when I'm putting it here, in this way, and I'm lifting the knife, it will directly come to the cutting position. That is the reason we keep it towards the left hand side. The sharpened edge of the knife should be towards the left hand side of the cover setup. Okay? Always facing towards the left hand side. Is that clear to everyone?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And I'm doing the last one.
राइट क्योंकि इन सब का मेन पैटर्न में ये है ना क्योंकि तार लगती है इस पे काटने में
Alright. So here I have kept all the cutlery on the table. Right? It is all set. Right? Of course, we have to do the alignment of this table. And remember that entire restaurant has to be set as per, as a standard setup. You cannot change the setup from one table to other table. It will be standard in entire restaurant so that it will look aligned, right? But before that, I'll go to alignment. I'll be placing the water goblets. Okay. It is generally said that the water goblet to be placed should be placed on the tip of the knife, right? But it should be placed on the tip of the main cutlery. If there is a spoon, then you have to place the knife, the water goblet on the tip of the spoon. Even, right? Generally, the main course knife is the, is there onto the cupboard. That is why, in general terms, we say that we have to place the, the water goblets on the tip of the knife. Clear?
Yes,
Everyone?
Yes, sir.
So, here we place the water goblet. Next comes is the wine goblets. Okay, what is the reason we place the wine goblets onto the cover? I said that we are doing TDH menu setup for dinner, right? Generally, people love to drink during the dinner. Day is the time when the people work hard, right, and earn their bread and butter. During the evening, the people relaxed. And at that point of time, we are basically, promoting the beverage to the guest, right? So, as per the survey, there is a survey being done among all the wine drinkers, and 59% of the guests have said, according to that survey, that they would love to place an order for wine if the wine goblet is placed over the cover. So you don't have to do any effort of selling and upselling. Wine will be sold directly. Just doing this, extra activity what we are going to do onto the cover, right? So I'm placing the wine goblet, and there is a reason for why the wine goblets are being placed as I'm placing it onto the table. That also I'm going to discuss with all of you, right? So wine goblets. I'm having the red wine and the white wine goblets. Okay. Why I place the wine goblets like this, means the big glass red wine goblet here and the white wine goblet here? Any particular reason? No answer?
Because
Yes.
more complex wine need to be served after less complex wine.
Good. Okay.
Like white wine is less complex as compared to red wine. So
Very good. And then white wine to be served
First.
Okay. So that is the major reason why we have to place this, glasses like this. I'll just show you through the practicals also. Suppose this is the wine bottles, right? All of us know this. And, when I'm serving the white wine and the red wine both in the TDH menu to the guest, white wine will be served first, If I'm placing the white wine goblet here, there will be difficulty onto the service. Just look at here. Now, if I'm pouring the wine, this glass is coming, here. So I'll not be able to pour it very easily, right? That is the reason. If I'm placing the water next wine goblet here, red wine goblet here, and the white wine goblet here, it will be easy for me to serve the white wine and the red wine. And water, of course, I can serve directly to the guests, right? So for everything, there is a reason in F&B service. Why something is placed like this, there is a reason. And you have to know the reason for each and everything, right? How this look like?
There need to be one.
Okay. Now the final things what we are going to place, and then after we will be doing the alignment of the cutlery, right? So let me place this back. Next is my napkins. I would like you to just to place it there. How we are placing it, and you can do it. Okay, just do it. No. Yes. So this is called bishop cap, right? This shape of the napkin fold is called bishop cap. Okay, and the face of the napkin should be facing towards the guest. This is very important, you should know. You have learned the napkin foldings and other things. The face of the napkin should be facing towards the guest. Okay? Okay, now the final thing about the TDH menu setup is the alignment, which is very, very important. Now the alignment means this soup spoon should be equivalent to the front, B&B knife. Similarly, all the cutleries. So it should be very equivalent to each other in front. So we just align all the cutlery accordingly. So alignment is almost done, and you can come closer to see the cover setup. Come. How do you find it?
Wow.
We are all set to serve the guest, to welcome the guest and serve them the 4-course menu. I'm open for the questions in case if you're having any questions related to the cover setup. Anyone of you are having any questions?
So why do we place B&B inside?
Okay, very good question. Why do we place B&B plate on the left hand side? Right? Left hand side, why? Because understand that when we are serving in food to the guest, the accompaniment will be served to the guest like in bread, right? And the guest will cut the bread and kept it onto the B&B plate, which is towards the left hand side. And why we are keeping it towards the left? Reason being is that from the right hand side, generally the food service and the children's are being done, right? If we are discussing about the pre-plated service, it is being done from the right hand side. Children's is all done from the right hand side. only one service is done from the left hand side of the guest, which is platter to plate service. So when all the services are being done from the right, we are placing, means the children and think of the food is kept there, right? So that is where is unhygienic, and it is very difficult for the guest to manage. So that is why we keep the things onto the left hand side, the B&B plate onto the left hand side, where because B&B bread and butter could be accompanied with the food, with the other foods also, like main course and the soups and the other things, right? So that is the reason we keep the B&B plate onto the left hand side. Any further questions?
Sir, why we set cutlery outside to inside?
Okay, very good question. Why do we set cutlery outside to inside? Okay, think of that. I'm putting the cutlery zigzag, right? What will happen? Guest will be searching the cutlery that for which cutlery I will use for what kind of food, right? First course, when it will be coming and it will be placed here, it will be difficult for the guest to pick it from inside. It is always from outside to inside as a standard. Why? Because it will create a space onto the tables also when we are serving. First course is served, the first set of cutlery will be out. Second course is served, the fish fork and fish knife will be out. Now the space is being created and guest is having more room to have the dinner or the meal, whatever it is. Any further question?
Okay, so we have a question from Ms. Garima Keda that if there is no wine to be served to the guest, will we remove the extra glasses?
Of course. Before service, we have to remove the extra glasses. So Ms. Keda has written very right questions, asking very right questions that what do we do in case if a guest is non-drinker? We should remove the glasses before the service. As I have said, as per survey, 59% of the guests have said that they will love to place an order for wine in case if they see the glasses are there on the table. For that purpose, we are placing the glasses during the dinner time, not during the lunch setup. And every meal period setup is different from each other. The restaurant look is entirely different during the breakfast, lunch, and the dinner. Right? Any further questions?
So I would like to ask one question. Since you have already told us that total cover size is approx 24 inches. Sir, how much inches do we need to left in between for the dinner?
Okay, very nice question. Okay, I missed this thing. So, what is the size of dinner plate? 9 to 12 inches. And we should, give a gap in between, which is around 13 inches. Now understand, for a beginner, for you, what you have to do, you can consider this, gap as an, for the measurement. And you can place your hands like this to measure the inner cutlery should be placed here and best cutlery will be outside. Clear? Any further question? Any question you are getting from online?
Okay, yeah. Another question from Ms. Garima Keda only. If there is a toddler with the guest, then do we place the same cutlery and crockery for the kid?
Sorry.
If there is a toddler, means a kid,
Uh-huh.
on the table, so that then we place the same cutlery and crockery for the kid.
If the kid is, is an infant, we should remove all the cutleries and, replace the tall glasses with a smaller one. There should not be cutlery kept, the harmful cutlery should be kept. Harmful, when I'm saying this, it means the fork and the kids' skins are very, soft.
Sensitive.
So what will happen, there are cuts if they are using those things. So we should remove the cutlery, major sharp cutlery, and we should place a spoon kind of things, or the tall glasses should be replaced with a smaller one for the kit only, and other things will be removed out. Of course, one more thing, you have learned this that in every restaurant there is an babysitter is available. So that should also be available without guests being asked for it. Right? Any further question?
Okay, yes. We got a question from Chetan that how do you handle unexpected changes such as last minute menu change or the table setup?
Okay, you are talking about a la carte setup. It's not about TDH menu. TDH menu is a fixed menu, right? We cannot do changes onto that. We have discussed in the beginning itself that guests have to pay for what they have placed an order for. When we are doing a setup for a la carte, right? A la carte is a menu from the cart where the guest is ordering individually, right? So for that purpose, what is happening? The cutleries are, we have to set according to the guest order, right? This setup, what we have done it today, is the TDH menu setup. It's a fixed menu, right? Where guests have to pay for 4-course menu only. He has decided to pay for the 4-course menu, which is pre-decided. But a la carte menu, we can do our setup according to the order what the guest have placed for. Any further question?
I would like to ask one question.
Yes.
Sir, as for the central table appointment, why have you kept that cruet set before Beverages?
Okay.
Why not?
Cruet set is kept behind, my restaurant entrance is there, this side, right? If I'm putting the cruet set here, my entire setup will not be visible for the guest, if you can see it here. It looks absolute opposite to the setup. So if I'm doing it, when I'm standing at my door, I could see directly that the entire setup of my table, right? So that is the reason we keep it like this. Any further questions? Online? or offline?
No, we are good even.
Oh,
We got
thank
some
you very
beautiful
much.
comments. We got some really great comments, like the great session has been gone through, the excellent as always, beautiful setup. Some responses like this.
Thank you very much. And with this, I'm ending up the session. We'll catch you later on with some other exciting sessions, right? Here I'm saying sign off. This is Pawan. We'll meet you again. I'm from UEI Global Rohini. So in case if you're having further questions, you can ask me, personally also, right? At UEI Global, you can dial me personally. My numbers are available with you. So I'll give you the answers of all the questions. Thank you very much, everyone.
Thank you, sir.